We've just had the first of the 3 wildlife event mini-challenges. I was able to complete it for free, and here I'll show you how to do the same. These mini-challenges can give some pretty good rewards. A ton of tools, tickets, golden tickets, and even a free alligator swamp and tapir trails, including their upgrades if you complete the full quest line. However, the quests can be pretty difficult, as I'm sure all of you saw with the challenge that just ended. So first things first, if you haven't already, stop progressing the event quests. We want to save the tickets that you get every third quest in order to use these during the mini challenge. If you've already completed most of the quest line, don't worry. You should still be able to save 1 or 2 tickets, and that makes a difference. Also, don't collect the tickets from the grand prizes yet. You can use those during the mini challenges if you need them. Secondly, do not spend any wildlife coins, and I mean any. The mini challenge asks you to use the extra moves a total of 9 times, which will cost 585 coins. You do get 100 coins from the questline though, so that's a net of 485 coins that you need to have saved if you want to complete each mini challenge. If you have spent all of your coins up to this point, I would recommend skipping the next mini challenge in order to save up enough coins to complete the third and final one. Third, and this is perhaps the most important, be prepared. Good news is that you're in the right spot to learn how to prepare. We suspect that the next mini challenge will start at the same time as the previous one, that is Tuesday at 8 a.m. server time. With this mini challenge, I'll send out a notification on Discord as soon as I have confirmation that the mini challenges are starting, which should be able to give you a head start on preparing. Let's walk through the quest line. I'll only give tips towards the event part of the quest. Some of them require you to purchase forge points or win battles, but that's easy enough to do if you've got an established city. For the first quest, you need to pop 15 blue blocks. That's the equivalent of 1 6-star box, so long as your board has blue blocks on it, and you should be able to complete this easily. Just try to match up blue blocks, and as soon as you see the little quest completion icon, exit the minigame and collect your reward of 1 ticket. The second quest is the same as the first, but with red blocks instead of blue. While completing these quests, remember to still focus on getting paws down to the bottom of the board. Quest 3 is simple, just use a hammer tool. I recommend using it in a way that makes it easier to get a paw to the bottom. If you're able to complete the first 3 quests in one game, that's the best case scenario. With Quest 4, you need to spend a ticket to start a board, so just finish whichever game you've been working on by playing it normally for paws or league points. Then go ahead and spend that ticket. For Quest 5, we come to the first of the notorious chest quests. You need to collect either 2 red or 2 blue 4-star chests. To get a 4-star chest, you must have either 8 or 9 blocks of the same color touching. Try to maneuver these boxes to the bottom without dropping too many paws to the bottom. You'll need them for Quest 6, which is simply to drop 2 paws to the bottom. Quest 7 is similar to Quest 5, but instead of 4-star boxes, you now need to collect either 2 red or 2 blue 6-star chests. For these, at least 15 blocks of the same color must be touching. Quest 8 is easy as you just need to use extra moves. Just pay the 65 wildlife coins and complete the quest. If there are any green tiles on the board, use these extra moves to pop them to get progress towards Quest 9. You'll need to pop a total of 30 green tiles to complete the 9th quest, but after doing so, you'll get 2 more tickets. Up to here should be pretty easy to do for free. If you're a casual player, this is a decent stopping point. Of course, then you miss out on the free alligator swamp, so let's see what's coming up next. If for Quest 9 your board had yellow tiles, don't pop them. You'll need 30 of them for Quest 10. Quest 11 is an easy one, just use a leafy line, hopefully to drop some paws to the bottom of the board. As Quest 12 asks you to spend a ticket, just finish whichever game you're playing and focus on paws. Then when you're done, start the next game. Quest 13 is another one of the chest ones. This time it's 2 yellow or green 4-star chests. Remember, that's 8 or 9 blocks of the same color. Well, working on those quests, maneuver some paws close to the bottom, as you need to collect 3 for Quest 14. If you still happen to be on the same board, you could also work on getting 2 6-star yellow or green chests near the bottom, as you need them for Quest 15. Just a reminder, that's at least 15 blocks of the same color that need to be touching for each. Quest 16 requires you to use some extra moves, but if your board has yellow tiles on it, make sure to collect the quest, especially considering that this is where you get the level 1 alligator swamp. For quest 17, you need to pop 45 yellow tiles, so if possible, we want to use those extra moves from the previous quest to pop the most yellow tiles as possible. After this quest, you get 3 tickets. This is another good stopping point if you're running low on time or desire to complete the quest line. Pushing on, quest 18 requires the popping of 45 orange tiles. Avoid popping too many yellow tiles here. Quest 19 wants you to use the lightning, so do so, but again, try to avoid using it to pop yellow tiles. The reason we've been trying not to pop yellow is that we need to pop 45 yellow tiles for quest 20, and if you've managed to save up some yellow blocks on the board, this quest becomes a lot easier. While popping these yellow tiles, try to create 3 4-star yellow chests, but 3 orange ones will also work as you'll need them to complete quest 21. Just don't drop them before you collect quest 20. Quest 22 needs 4 paws, which is what I'd expect you to average from 1 ticket. The quests start to get a little bit more tricky here. Quest 23 is another one that requires 6-star chests, but this time 3 of either yellow and green. Quest 24 wants you to use extra moves thrice, costing 195 coins. If you got blue blocks on the board, try to avoid popping them. Quest 25 wants you to use 4 hammers in a level. Use these to drop paws to the bottom, but again, avoid popping blue blocks. After completing this quest, you get 4 tickets, which is the last chunk of tickets that you'll get from this quest line. This is a decent stopping point. Quest 26 wants us to pop 60 blue blocks, which is a lot. Hopefully you've been able to save up a few blue blocks when completing the previous quests, but you'll probably need to spread out this quest over a few games. If you are able to, avoid popping too many green blocks, which are needed for quest 28. Quest 27 is simple, just use 2 leafy lines, and again, try to avoid green blocks. For quest 28, we need 60 green blocks popped. While working on this quest, try to also set up 4 4-star green chests to be ready to drop, but you can also use blue chests in order to complete quest 29. Quest 30 wants 6 paws collected, which is a lot. Expect to potentially need to spend multiple tickets here. Quest 31 is the last tricky one where we need 5 6-star chests of either green or blue. However, it's well worth it as you can snag the Alligator Swamps upgrade. Then lastly, Quest 32 is a breeze, but only if you've got enough wildlife coins. We need to use extra moves 4 times by spending a whopping 260 coins. Just finish your game by dropping paws at the bottom. And after that, you get a Tape Your Trails upgrade and your very well-deserved 3 golden tickets. Speaking of golden tickets though, some players might find it useful to use golden tickets at the end of the mini-challenge in order to complete those final few quests, such as popping 60 tiles or collecting a lot of paws. While it is a viable option, doing so can be pretty costly. You'll have to keep exiting out of the event and returning as you complete quests, which can really eat into your efficiency. In terms of just general strategy, the moment you complete a quest and see the little completion icon, exit the minigame and collect the quest. This should let you start work on the next quest without having to spend another ticket. If you're on mobile, hopefully you'll have a good sense of when you complete the quests so that you don't have to close out the minigame too often. Additionally, I would recommend preparing for the challenges in advance. Luckily, there are no production quests, but if you're able to stay as close to the maximum of 4 tickets on your bar before the Tuesdays when the mini-challenges start, you'll be able to start the mini-challenges with some tickets to spend. Instead of spending all of your tickets on Monday to get to 0 tickets, only spend tickets when you're at 4 and need to open up a slot so a new one can regenerate. If you have any event quests that you haven't completed yet, you get a ticket from every 3rd quest, so you can rush the event quest line during the mini-challenge if or when you find yourself needing more tickets. Some of these quests will come down to a bit of luck, in case you don't have the right color on the board, but it will even out over time. If you don't have the right color, just play the game as you would a normal ticket. I've made a short little cheat sheet for my recommendations and as a reminder of what the quests require so that you know what's coming next during the mini-challenges. Feel free to take a screenshot or join my Discord server where it's pinned in the wildlife event thread. Again, if you're on my Discord server and opt into the game news role, I'll try and let you know as soon as possible when the next mini challenge is starting to give you as much of a heads up as I can. The link to join the server is in the video description. Hopefully now you're a little bit more prepared to complete the remaining 2 mini challenges of the wildlife event. They will be a lot of work and can be difficult, But remember that you don't need to complete them fully to get the main event building for free, and that you should think of these more as just extra rewards for the cost of a lot of wildlife coins. Good luck, and as always, I'll see you all next time.